Welcome in, everyone, to our book club with Voices of the 21st Century. And we are celebrating the bestseller status of our authors, and we want you to get to know them as well. So this book club is a chance to ask questions and really to hear the backstories of each of our authors' chapters that they submitted or will be submitting in a future book. So I would like to turn it over to Gail Watson to open us up, and then we'll get started with the authors. Hi, Gail.
Awesome. Awesome. Thanks, Laura. And hello and welcome, everyone. I'm absolutely thrilled to be here with you today as we gather for this very special edition of our book club questions for the authors. This is your chance to ask them anything. My name is Gail Watson, and I have the honor of serving as the lead author for Voices of the 21st Century, Wise Women Bringing Light to the World. So a little bit about this book. It's more than a collection of stories. It's messages of truth, resilience, courage, and yes, wisdom. Each of these women that you'll hear from today have bravely chosen to step forward and shine a light on their truths so others may find their path illuminated. In a time when the world can feel maybe dimmed by uncertainty or noise, this book reminds us that light still breaks through, and it often comes from the most unexpected places, our own lives, our lived experiences, our moments of both triumph and transformation. So today you're going to get to meet some of the remarkable women behind these pages, each a voice of the 21st century in her own right. We'll dive into her stories that moved us, the messages behind the moments, and the wisdom they're now sharing with the world today. So settle in. Let's get started to begin this beautiful conversation. Laura?
Well, welcome in. I'm super excited that we are here today with all of these beautiful authors. So I thought we'd start off with one of our authors, who's a repeat author here at Women Speakers Association, to share about her chapter, give us an excerpt, and the backstory, what inspired. Adriana, would you like to share first?
Oh, thank you, Laura. Yes. Hi, everyone. I'm Adriana D'Agostino. I'm a holistic health coach, and I started writing this book because of my journey with my health, because my health journey began in my mid-30s with a life-threatening illness and going to emergency. Now, this is me who had never, ever been into hospital for tonsillitis, appendix, nothing at all. And because of that, there was a series of things ended up happening with autoimmune and a few other health issues that I sort of felt that I had such amazing support, but in that process, I wanted to find out more of a holistic approach. And what I found was the importance of sleep, diet, managing my stress, and that really helped me support my lifestyle. And in my chapter, I talk about the fact that I share some wisdom from my own personal holistic health journey, and being well informed is crucial for your health and well-being. So don't shy away from asking questions. I have had an amazing journey, and what I have found, I love, love, love sharing it with people now and helping them on their journey. You can buy my book, Voices of the 21st Century, Wise Women Bringing Light to the World, on my website, adrianadagostino.com. Thank you so much.
Well, thank you so much for inspiring us to better health through your journey. Thanks. And
Thank you.
Marcia, I would love for you to share next.
Thank you, Laura. I'm Marsha Lake, and I'm from Sydney, Australia, and I'm a visual presentation and transcription expert. I was in the year before's book two, which is really great. But this one is Secrets to Success Over 4 Decades. That's the name of my chapter. I've actually dedicated it to my dad and mentor for his guidance on my journey. He was a great help when I first started my business. So my chapter is a way of giving back and helping other new and existing businesses with tips I've learned along the way during my 4 decades of operating my business. And being a visual presentation transcription expert, I do everything secretarial. And I wish I'd had more help at the very, very beginning. And so in this chapter, I've given 4 tips, which I believe are 4 very important tips of what you should look out for when you're starting a business. The 4 tips being listening and communicating, which I think is very, very important. Finding a mentor, extremely important to have someone to bounce off ideas. Good quality clients is an absolute must, and how you actually operate a business. It's not easy. It's certainly not easy. And I can say that honestly, having 4 decades in business. Thank you.
Oh, thank you. Lots of wisdom there. Pick up the book. Is there a place they can get your book?
Yes, you can get my book at www.mlss.com.au.
Wonderful. Thank you, Marcia. I'm already getting inspired from health to business here. All right. And Zan, please introduce yourself and do tell us about not only your chapter, but the poems you've contributed.
Okay, happy to. I am Zan Johns, a poet, international best-selling poet. I have 3 poetry collections. When the title of the New Voices of the 21st Century book was shared, I couldn't resist. Wise women bringing light to the world. Poetry is light. The title of my chapter is Shine On. And I'm going to borrow words from one of my favorite groups, Earth, Wind, and Fire. You're a shining star, no matter who you are, shining bright to see what you can truly be. My chapter talks about my journey as a poet, which led to the creation of the Women Poets Shine community on Facebook. I'm going to put a link to join in the chat because I want you to come think about joining this group, whether you are new to poetry, whether you just like poetry, or whether you're an experienced poet. Our Shine community is there to help uplift women and to illuminate women and our voices. I've shared poems as the dedication page this is my 5th rodeo. This is my 5th appearance in the Voices of the 21st Century book. And my poems have been presented as the dedication page. The poem that I wrote for this year's book to celebrate my co-authors is titled Sage Awakening. And of course, it's about us being vulnerable, sharing our light, sharing our wisdom with the world. May I share an excerpt from one of my
Yes, please do.
paragraphs in the book? It says, we are deeply anchored in the foundations of our purpose. We move in pairs or clusters, just like stars, too driven and selfless to be contained. Our attraction is derived from our commonality and placement on the same inspirational frequency. When our sparks unite and our expressions burst in truth, together we shine more brightly. Thank you. You can get a copy of my book. Well, I don't know if you can see it with the virtual background, but it's in the background. You may order a copy of my customized book, happy to autograph it for you, at zanexpressions.com. That's Z as in zebra, AN expressions.com. Thank you.
Thank you. I think poetry adds a deeper dimension to each of our books because it really highlights what the book is all about in a very deep, impactful way. So thank you for putting those poems in each of our
My pleasure.
books. Yes. Wonderful. And Laura, I'd love to hear about your book, your chapter.
Yeah, good morning, everyone. My name is Laura. I'm Laura Reel from Sydney, Australia. I had the pleasure of being in this year's book, which is Wise Women Bringing Light to the World. I got involved with this because a special friend, Marsha Lake, who's also on the book, told me I should get involved, and that's one of the best things I've ever done. And that's because of the inspiration. I like I'm now at an age where I can express my vulnerability. When you're going through something, you can't. But as you get older, you realize that by expressing your vulnerability, you're actually helping others. And that's the beauty of this book. My chapter is entitled The Art of Work-Life Integration, Lessons from a Mum Entrepreneur. I couldn't fall pregnant, so we started a business. When we started the business, I ended up falling pregnant. Within 6-7 years, we had 4 optometry practices and the juggling act began. And what I found is that with all these people around me, like staff and mentors and everything, nobody aligned with my values. I was paying all these people, and yet I was just a cog in the wheel. I wasn't allowed to be a leader. And so slowly, I gained my strength. And I'm still doing that. And if I could just give you a little, the last paragraph of my book, and it says, know your beliefs, listen to that inner voice screaming inside you to unleash that unique ability in you. And for me, that was running and having a business. But don't let conflicting values darken your spirit. Do it your way. You're the boss, you're the leader. Don't be darkened and minimized by everybody else. Now, I'm so excited to have been in this book that I'm now going into the next book. Again, just to inspire people, because I got inspired. When I did become a mum and I had the business, I was confused. What am I doing? And I went to listen to women. In my day, it was all face-to-face. And I'd walk in and I'd sit at the back because I'm an introvert. Before I knew, the whole hall, a hall with 500 seats, was full. And anyway, and I thought, being in business, I wouldn't be a good mum because I'm not there all the time. A lady walked onto the stage and said, whatever you're thinking, don't forget you will always be their mother. And I thought that's exactly what I wanted to hear. So if I have something that somebody else really needs to hear, I'm going to put it out there. And that's why I'm going into the new book. If you want to buy the 2025 version of the book, and read all about all the other wonderful author stories as well, you can buy mine on Laura Reel, Reale, optometrist, Facebook, LinkedIn. I'm everywhere. Thank you again. Have a great day.
Thank you, Laura. That was so inspiring. And it's so true that you never know when your story is going to impact another. And if you want to, we have a sampling of these amazing authors here today. If you want to get to know all the authors, you can go to voicesofthe21stcenturybook.com and see who's in the book or get the book from one of these authors for sure. So I want to move over. Speaking of the website, I want to move over to Tracy Eman, who has developed our website for the Voices books.
I wonder where you're going with that. Yes, my name is Tracy Eman, and I have been a part of the project of Voices of the 21st Century since its inception, and have been thrilled to have been able to share chapters throughout, being a co-author in each of the books. And what I've found through that process is that I've been able to kind of step into my own and really come away from being that shy person in the back of the room that I felt no one wanted to listen to, that I had nothing of value to offer, and that I always wanted to be somebody else. So my chapter is the wisdom to know yourself. And I'm just going to be real quick here. I'm just going to read an Oprah quote that I put at the end, because ultimately, as we go through our life, we're always learning, and what we learn, if we share with others, we can help and impact them, much like Laura Reel was saying, people are ready to listen to us, and we are giving them the opportunity to do so. So it's amazing. So the quote is, the biggest adventure you can take is to live the life of your dreams. It requires you to trust that the dots will somehow connect in your future. You have to trust in something, your gut, destiny, life, karma, whatever. This approach has never let me down, and it has made all the difference in my life. And I think it's very, very powerful because there are all those dots that are going to connect to get you to where you need to be. So I recommend joining us in the next Voices of the 21st Century. I honestly, it has changed my life. And if you are interested in getting a copy of my book, please reach out on LinkedIn. Look me up, Tracy Eamon. Thank you.
Thank you, Tracy. Yeah, it's very exciting to have welcome new authors into our community. We are a sisterhood. We're not just an anthology. As you can see, each of us has a passion, and we are so excited. We cheer each other on. And I want to just acknowledge those of you watching. Thank you for cheering us on. Thank those of you that are here with us today. Thank you for cheering each other on. And with that, we can move over to Candace Platter, who is going to share a little bit about her journey with Voices of the 21st Century.
Okay. Hi, everyone. I'm Candace Platter, and this is the third Voices book that I'll be in, this one coming up. I am a therapist. I work with addiction, and I work with the families who have addiction in the family. There's somebody in the family that's having trouble because they're all having trouble. And I have been doing this for over 30 years. And last year, 2024, in February, I had a stroke. And I don't know what my title is going to be in the new book. I think it's going to be something like, and all of a sudden that happened, because that's kind of what it felt like all of a sudden that happened. I feel like I haven't really been ready until now to write about my stroke. A lot of things shifted in my life with that, and some wonderful learnings and some gifts that I'm so glad to have. And one of them is that I am an unstoppable woman standing strong. I knew that, but I didn't know how much I was that. And so that's going to be what my chapter is. I'm hoping that that it's helpful to me to write it. I think it will be. And I'm hoping that it can help somebody else who has had a similar experience or who knows someone who has had a similar experience. So that's what I'm going to be writing about. Thank you.
Thank you. And we are so excited that you have chosen to be here so we can, in return for the support you're offering to those who might need it, we want to give you that support to say, yes,
thank you.
You are an unstoppable woman standing strong. And for those of you who know that too, somewhere in your heart, or maybe you're wondering if you're an unstoppable woman standing strong, please consider
sometimes
yeah, go ahead.
Sometimes you don't know that until it starts to happen for you. Something happens. And I just wanted to say, Laura, that you can get the books that I've co-authored on my website, which is Love with Boundaries, because we have to love with boundaries. Lovewithboundaries.com.
Perfect. Thank you. So we want to invite those of you who, if you resonate with anything Candace or any of the other authors so far have said, there's a story in you too. There's a story that needs to be heard by somebody or read by somebody. So voicesofthe21stcentury.com would be a great place to start. Wonderful. Thank you, Candace. And
Thank you.
Bridget, our multiple best-selling author here, international best-selling author. Please share.
Hello, everybody. I'm Bridget Stills and I'm based in Sydney, Australia. It's so good to see everybody here this morning. And hello to all the people that are watching all around the globe. It's great to have you here. This is my third chapter in the Voices of the 21st Century series. I've been very, very lucky to be a part of the last three. I'm also going to be in number 4, but at this stage, I don't know what the chapter is going to be. I've actually rewritten it twice, and I'm just a little bit perplexed as to what I'm going to talk about. However, this particular one for this book for 2025, the chapter was Breaking Barriers, a Journey of Resilience, Empowerment in Real Estate. It's based about my journey and determination and resilience in a workplace that was gender biased. It's my story that it's gone over 3 books where I started very young in an organization that was only employing men, and I was very fortunate to be able to get a job as a woman. And it was breaking hurdles continuously over and over. I was told that as a woman, you wear dresses, you don't wear anything other but dresses, and you've got to work like a woman and you've got to look like a woman. You've got to be beautiful all the time. There's no way that you don't have lipstick on your lips. You've just got to look the part. So you can imagine what that was like 12 hours a day being looking like that and having people look down on you. I worked in an office where there were 12 men and I sat on one side, they all sat on the other, they were surrounded by them. So you can imagine what I went through. But look, it was my determination and perseverance that got me through all this, that's got me to where I am today. I've been a business owner for the last 27 years. I've owned 3 real estate companies during that time. And I'm so grateful to be part of this book. I'm so grateful to be in the next book. And I think anyone out there that's contemplating, thinking about it, take the leap, take the chance. You have a story. You could be a bestseller on Amazon like we are. We have been for the last 3 times. And it's quite amazing. And you can take that wherever you go. It does wonderful things for you and your business. It's a promotional pack that you're taking around with you. So thank you for everybody that's here today. You can get my copy of the book on www.stillsproperties.com.au. And it's so good to be able to speak about it. Thank you.
It is so good to speak about. Thank you. And your perseverance is so admirable. And I know with that 27 years worth of experience, you have more than 3 stories in you. So I look forward to reading the next one for sure. So Cynthia, you're going to be coming up on our next book too, right? Would you like to share a little bit about why you chose to be an author here today?
Well, I'd be honored. And first of all, thank you so much, Gail, for shocking me with an email that I thought was a spam at first. I almost got rid of it. The way that I found out about Women Speakers Association, I've known about the group for a while, but you know how God takes you in different directions, sometimes hills, valleys, mountains, rivers, you name it, metaphorically speaking. But myself, just to introduce myself to everyone, my name is Cynthia Lewis Reed. I live in a little area called Yorktown, Indiana, just 5 minutes away from Ball State University, where David Letterman went to school. I'll use that, throw that out there. I'm really honored to be a part of this because in my life journey, I guess you could say that I've been looking back at age 70, going on 71. All of my life experiences have seemed to be turning adversity into a purpose. I'm thinking, why, God, what purpose is it that you have in my life that I can actually go out and affect the lives of other people? And I've always been a great listener, went to journalism school, never took a journalism course in my life, and jumped right into the master's program. And it was a fit. It just, people kept saying, you should go to school and do this. Now, that was back in 1986. So I took the leap. It wasn't easy getting in, but I did it. A lot of support from people. And long story short, I just wanted to say that being a first-time author in this venue, I've been actually writing since 1985. And little poetry, a little editorial, things like that. Long time ago, I thought I could be like the Irma Bombeck of the 20th century. We're in the 21st century now. But seriously, I got to thinking less about myself and how can I affect the lives of others, because there'd be a lot of people who'd seen my information on social media. If you just Google up my name, Cynthia, spelled Cynth apostrophe YA, and that's a spiritual meaning behind that. Lewis Reed, Lewis, or just Cynthia, Cynthya Reed on LinkedIn. You'll find me there as well. I'm not going to talk a lot about myself other than the fact that I was led here by way of whatever you want to call it, a divine calling. Some people get a little freaked out about that, but for me, that's a special part of my life that took me out of 3 near-death experiences. I'll talk about that a little bit in the book, but the title of my chapter that I had stuck on my monitor a few days ago without even knowing that this was going to happen today, The Discovery of Me. Discovery of Me is basically a journey on suffering well. Sometimes things happen to us in our lives. My sisters and a few brothers might be looking at this too. They happen and we think that it's all so terrible, but actually it's refining us. It's priming us up to be the next level. There's a saying out there that some may know of: new levels, new devils. So it's not about life being easy. It's like a butterfly coming out of a cocoon. If you try to pull the membrane off of the outside of the cocoon, the butterfly will not be able to fly. It will die, because as it's coming out, it's struggling, it's pushing, and it's saying, oh, I got to get out of this cocoon. So what's the cocoon that you are in? What has life challenged you with? I tell this to myself. I preach to myself all the time. What's life challenging you with that is causing you to feel like, oh, do I do this? Or do I quit? Do I turn and run away? Because fear is a spirit. A lot of people don't understand it. It's not an emotion. It's a spirit. And it's always coming after us all the time to keep us from being the shining light, as someone said earlier, the light of the potential that we can be while we are still here on this planet Earth. So I'm just saying that whatever it is that you have to do, that you need to do, that you desire to do it in faith, because you don't know until you try. And like my grandmother said, and as I wrap up, she said, if you can look up, you can rise up, because there's so many people that were not able to do that this morning, last night, even the night, as we progress, or the morning, wherever you are in the world. So again, my name is Cynthia Lewis Reed. I can be found on LinkedIn. I can be found on Facebook. The lesser of two evils, I say Facebook. I have a business as well. My husband and I, 19 years in the business of travel technology. It's called betterthandonuts.com. We are also into wellness, because if you're not well, you can't travel, explore the world, and become a better person. So feel free and go to betterthandonuts.com. Our contact information is there. We do a lot of travel fundraising for people without elevating the price. We donate part of our commissions to a worthy cause and nonprofits. I'm just very excited to be here with all of you. My background, you'll see it in the next book coming out in 2026. It's an honor. But again, Cynthia Lewis Reed, wishing you an awesome life. God bless.
Thank you so much, Cynthia. We can't wait to hear more about the story that's coming up. And I totally agree with you that there's a journey that will make a difference for lots of people when you share it. So great. So first, next up is Karen Anderson.
Hi, everyone. So my name is Karen Anderson, and I am the founder and CEO of Escape to Better Foundation. So we are a completely online resource for people experiencing domestic violence and family abuse. This is the second time I've appeared in one of the Voices of the 21st Century books. And it was the first book, so last year's book, that actually inspired the foundation. And one of the primary purpose that I've been in both books is because I fundamentally believe that with understanding comes compassion and support. And so to overcome that, why doesn't she just leave kind of thoughts that we all have, I use my chapters to actually try to explain what it's like for people experiencing domestic violence. So my chapter is on page 5 and is titled Where Shall I Die?, which is a really dramatic kind of a title for a chapter, but it is actually representative of the very high risk, high stakes decision making that people experiencing domestic and family abuse actually need to make every day and often multiple times a day. And so to quote from my chapter, how could I possibly anticipate the outcome of something that was completely unimaginable when I woke up that morning? If I did nothing and simply went along with our original holiday plans, I might be sentencing my parents to a life of pain and anguish, or nothing could happen. If I changed my plans and stayed at home, I could be inciting a life-threatening rage that could be avoided if I just remained compliant. Now, you can buy this book on the website, so escapetobetter.org, and there is a shop tab, and you can buy this book or the previous book or both books. And I'd also like to put out a very big thank you to co-authors Alex Quinn and Jennifer Mitchell, who aren't here today, but they actually have donated some of the proceeds from the sale of their book to our foundation. And when you buy off our website, so escapetobetter.org, all proceeds go to support the work that we're doing.
So lovely. So wonderful that the foundation was birthed because of this book, of your participation in it. And we've seen so many different transformations happen in people's businesses and lives as a result of participating. That's just one really phenomenal example. And another really interesting thing you might find in our books is we have multiple people the same first name often occurring. And in this book, it happened to be Karen. We had 4 Karens, and I'd like to introduce you. The next Karen is Karen Collins. And go ahead and unmute for you.
Hello. Thank you, Laura. And yes, my name is Karen, but I go by KC if you want to use that. Karen L. Collins is my entire name. And I am a part of the Wise Women Bringing Light to the World. That's the volume to be obedient to God, first of all. I believe God wanted me to share this story to let others know that even though they might have been scarred by some traumatic event, they can make it. Not only can they make it, they can be healed, then thrive, be successful, and even me, be comfortable in my own skin. I'm still striving to do that. They can also find their voice no matter what age the breakthrough occurred, which mine occurred in 2018. I was 57 at the time. So you can get my the book on my website. Is called KC-Drewsome Writers LLC.com, or through my email, which is KARCOL8844@gmail.com. But the title of my chapter, and you can tell how God has a sense of humor, because as I was growing up, I had a speech impediment. It seemed like He gave me the longest, toughest name I could find, because I just wanted to call it God Loves Me. But the title of it is The Mephibosheth Syndrome. Restoration is available and comes from God. And I wanted to just read the poem that God gave me, which talks about the beginning of your life to the end. It goes through to the end. It says this birthing process ignites the passionate delight of what the Lord can do. Don't waste your time. Just keep in line of the pace God will set for you. And when the battle is done, we will meet the Son. The past will be no issue. Just stay in the faith that leads to God's grace. My God, He'll see you through. Thank you.
Beautiful. Thank you so much for coming out and sharing that. Yes, you're so inspiring. All right. And Victoria, let's hear from you. Thank you very much, Laura. Victoria Bennett, based here in Calgary, Alberta, Canada, and very pleased to be part of the book. My chapter is called Raising Voices and Raising Capital, and it's all about an opportunity I was given completely out of the blue. And part of it's the classics of imposter syndrome. I don't know what it is. Why are they giving it to me? Why am I doing this? And part of it is to encourage people to take any opportunity that comes your way. In my case, it was to run a crowdfunding campaign for a local boys choir that I was on the board of. And from there, I have created an 11-year business from it. So that's what I'm hoping people get from my chapter is just these things can happen and you never know where opportunities are going to come at you from. So take those opportunities and really fly with them. So that's my book, or my chapter in the book. And if you want to know any more, and for the book itself, if you go to thecrowdfundinghub.com, you'll find out more. Well, thank you, Victoria, for sharing your journey. And yes, these things happen, and it gives us a lot of hope that, you know, we never know what's around the next corner for you, and hopefully it's a good thing, and or we'll turn it into a good thing. Violet, would you like to share a little bit about your upcoming journey here? And don't forget to unmute. There you go.
Hi, everyone. I think this is my first time to be here, and it has been a journey. My name is Violet Hobokela. I'm in Seattle, Washington. And I see there are two things, so I don't know which one. Wise women bringing light to the world. But for me, I needed to be in unstoppable women standing strong. So I think after this meeting, I'll know where to focus my chapter. I'm new here, and my story is very unique, and I want to empower women. Like, we have a lot of things which makes us stuck, but we need to be unstoppable. We need to have a unique map, a map that you cannot copy and paste, because our life is very unique. Your experience, my experience, each other's experience is very unique. So my thing deep in my heart, like, we need to be unique. So I'm gonna write something like that, like, we women, wherever it happened to us, but not for us. I cannot tell the chapter until I know I'm focusing in which book. My story, like, I'm an immigrant in America, now is 5th year. My kids were kidnapped from America. They were taken to Africa by their own father. Then I say, Lord, what is happening? 3 kids. How can I get them back? As an immigrant, I don't have papers. I don't have resident. I'm not even having green card. And my husband knew that I cannot go and take next flight because I'm an asylum seeker. Yes, I'm permitted to live in America, but I cannot go to my home country to get my kiddos. God, who is above and beyond everything, He performed a miracle for me. God is above immigration status. God is above each and everything. He can do it. Even during COVID, everything was very slow. But I said, Lord, help me. This thing's going to be slow until when my kids, one was about to commit suicide. And when it was very slow with migration, allowing my kids to come here, I wrote to the president of United States, like, my name is Violet, I can't sleep, help me, you are the last one. Guess what? They reacted and they brought my kids back after 2 years and 4 months of staying away from me. So I'm so excited. I'm a life coach, empowering other women, like, even when something is happening, never give up. God is above and beyond. And if you are a woman, you have a vision, you will have a lot of things stopping you. Now, I'm conducting conferences for women. I have powerful, last year, I have a powerful Women Rising conference. And now I'm going to have a Women Thriving Conference in Dallas. Every day I'm facing something to stop me, but I'm saying I'm unstoppable. I have a unique map in me. Even out of blue, I just fell. How can I fail? I'm still young. But I found myself on the floor. And guess what? Even when my bone is broken, doctors fix it and I'll be okay. I'm just coming from surgery. So anything comes our way, we can win. We'll be victorious A to Z because God is with us and we were born for a purpose. Thank you.
Well, thank you, Victoria. And you are Violet. I'm sorry, Violet. And you are victorious and you are inspirational and you are an unstoppable woman. So it's perfect that you'll be in our forthcoming book, Unstoppable Women Standing Strong. There's that story where those stories will be so empowering and inspiring. I wanted to share my story in the book real quick, and what inspired me to share. And this is my, I guess, seventh story that I've contributed to the Voices series. So I love doing it because every year I think about the title. So when, like, I didn't know what I was going to write. And I know a lot of you for the next book are in that same position. But what I did was I contemplated wise women bringing light to the world. What is my wisdom that will bring light? And a lot of people talk about resilience, and resilience is huge, but there's a next step. So my chapter is called From Resilience to Radiance. And I'll read you just a little bit from it to give you a taste and hopefully inspire you to get your own copy. At the time of the breakup, I was invisible to men, especially mentally and emotionally available men. In fact, I instant messaged a guy I'd worked with 2 years after my breakup. He didn't remember me. When I shared my name, he said, "Oh, wow, I thought you wore glasses." I had transformed and was completely unrecognizable from the former version of myself. I became magnetic, and today I'm married to an amazing man and we have a juicy relationship. My tenacity and resilient strategy propelled my personal growth, which then guided me to cultivate joy like never before and ultimately transform into a radiant woman. So I'm here to tell you that radiance is a very powerful force. And if you'd like to get the book, you can contact me at transformtoday.com, and I'd be happy to get you a signed copy. And I just love this book. Gail, do you want to say some words before we open it up to questions?
I hope everybody listening here today is enjoying these stories and meeting these amazing women, because you hear the pure, the real messages coming from their lives and their journeys. And that's the exact intention of this book, is to give us women, us everyday women out there living our lives and doing our thing, a platform to share these messages that inspire, that encourage, that influence others. So I'm just so proud and happy of every single person in this room. Just listening to you today is so very moving, and I'm just honored to share this platform with you. So thank you very much for really sharing your truth in this book and of other books that you've been in. So thank you.
Thank you. And we offer at the end of every book club questions. And I'd like to know if there is anybody here who has a question for our authors or each other authors about your particular story or about the process you went through for this. You are welcome to raise your hand. And Tabitha, if you have a question for our authors, we'd love to hear from you. And I have a question for our authors. And that is, why do you feel those authors, and well, I think all authors would resonate with this question. Why do you think it's important for women to bring their light and wisdom into the world through the books and other ways? Why did you choose that? Why is it important? Who would like to, anybody have an answer? Yeah, Zan?
I'll be brief. I like to say that women need other women, poets need other poets. We have no choice. We have to. I've benefited from other women reaching back, reaching out, and helping me. I wouldn't be where I am without the help of other women. I wouldn't be where I am without the help of other poets. The Women's Speakers Association is the epitome of networking and encouragement and support. So when I saw the opportunity to talk about light and wisdom, that's why I joined the book. And I think the more I hear the word unstoppable, thinking about next year, it's so encouraging and enlightening. We have an obligation to help each other.
Totally agree. One thing that keeps coming to mind, I'm working with a new client and she's all about women raising their voices, because there's this voice in our head a lot of times that is not really ours. It's our culture. It tells us we're not good enough. It tells us we're not, what if I'm unlovable? It's that part of us that we're kind of pushing ourselves down. And by stepping aside from that and sharing our story, we get to say, that's not the truth. I am lovable. I am worthy. I have a voice that can make a difference. And women, we need to practice doing this more and more, because then we give permission to other women to do it. And what happens when all women are doing it? I believe we have a better world. We bring light to the world. And so, Gail, I want to thank you for giving us this venue to do this. Yeah, Candace.
In the second book that I was in, the Second Voices book, I wrote about self-love, and I talked about how there was a step missing. And I think this is especially true for women. It can be true for men too, but the step before self-love is self-like. Let's learn how to like ourselves. Let's learn how to like each other. Let's not be divided. Let's be the resilient, light-bringing women that we can be to other women who don't know yet, who feel something inside, but they don't know it yet.
Amen. Yeah. To that. Yes, yes, yes. Anybody else? Yes, yes, yes. Right.
Yeah.
Who would like to add? Yes, Bridget. Unmute. Bridget, go ahead and say that again. I just unmuted you.
I'm sorry. Can I just say that as a woman, we need support. We need a lot of support, and we need support from each other. We need to build a community of women where we can go to, that if we have issues, we have problems, or if we want to share ideas, that we can talk freely. We've got to get over this imposter syndrome. I have it, and I'm sure a lot of other people have it as well, where we feel that we are not quite good enough. And that holds us back. That holds us back from making decisions and being better in what we do and taking the journey to progress. So I'm all for supporting each other. And that's what I look for. When I talk about our monthly event, Connect and Collaborate, I always talk about support and everybody being there and supporting and helping each other. Thank you.
Beautiful. And thank you for holding the space for being of support for each other. It's very, super important. Yes, Violet, please share.
Yeah, thank you for the importance of coming together. I really appreciate what Gail did, bringing women together. There is no blessings like that, because we are very unique, we are very special. But the voice inside every woman is is telling kind of sit down. We normally like comfort zone. For us coming out like this, because we are special, we were not dropped down without any purpose. For us coming out and sharing our story and telling something, somewhere in this world, people will be healed because we say something. In case we'll be silent, somebody will suffer and will die without any light. The more we share, we don't know. People, they like to be liked in social media, wherever. We have to stop to be liked, but to live our purpose, because there are people who will be saved, who will have a solution of their problem just because we share, even if they are not responding. But someone in this world, they will say, Gail, if you didn't do this, I could not be where I am. And others, they will never tell you until they die, but you saved their life. So this is very important. I really appreciate, and I'm happy to be here.
Yes, you never know whose life you're going to save. Cynthia, do you want to share?
Just with what Violet just shared, it brought to mind something that my grandmother told me. She lived to be 96 years young. And had she not had her illness, she probably would have hit 100. But something that my grandmother Ruby told me, and I'll never forget it. She said, never think of yourself as better than anyone else, but always think of yourself as just as good. I want to say that to myself again. Never think of yourself as better than anyone else, but always think of yourself as just as good. There is such a epidemic of pride in this country, and the world in general. When I say pride, I'm not talking about anything gender specific. I'm talking about selfishness, arrogance, lack of caring for other people. It's like it's all about me, and I don't care about you, and I'll step on whoever it is that I need to get to where I want to go. That's the ultimate demise to the fall of the fall of falls, because you don't know how many people's backs you're stepping on that could actually have some leadership qualities, something that can come out in them. So I have learned that I don't care if you are a janitor, a maintenance worker, if you cut lawns, if you are a high up. I've never put much, well, I used to in my old life when I used to do corporate with the university, but I learned that you are not your title. That's something that is going to come out also in my chapter. You're not your title. You are a unique creation of God, special DNA. Even identical twins have different fingerprints. We have to know what's in our heart of hearts that God, in my opinion, wants us to do to make a change in someone else's life, even if it's a smile. Sometimes you don't have to do anything but smile at people and not smile at everybody, because you have to be real careful about who you smile at these days, but just offer some kindness. And sometimes you don't have to say a word, they'll see it in your eyes. And so I remember again, my grandmother, God rest her soul, never think yourself as better than anybody else. Don't hang yourself on anybody else's title, because you don't know what the next day, the next week, the next month is going to bring you an opportunity to be something that you never thought you could be. And so I'm thanking you, Violet, for bringing my grandmother back to my memory with something else that she said. Thank you so much.
You see, the wisdom just keeps getting more wisdom. It's awesome. Thank you so much for being here, everyone. This has been an enriching time for us to share in our stories and to share our wisdom. And that's what we do in the Voices whole journey. So we'd love to have and invite you to be with us in the next book. Again, if you already haven't chosen to do so, voicesofthe21stcentury.com. And we will see you out there. Please be in touch with these authors and get their book, because it is a beautiful thing. And Gail, is there anything else you'd like to share?
Just thank you to you, Laura, for you as our team leader here, project manager, really bringing us together and uniting. What I really appreciate about, well, this is a platform to bring out those individual messages and to echo what other people are saying here. Every message matters. We believe that you've been gifted with a message. There's no message greater, there's no message less than your gifted message. And I appreciate the women who step forward and share these stories. But Laura, you really help to take it one step further. This is not just about putting stories together and, you know, we're forever bound by from front cover to back cover, but we are in community. Once you're a voice of the 21st century, you always are. And I really appreciate every woman. I mean, there's been over 400 women. We are community. We are here to support one another. We get to know each other and really love one another. So I just want to shout out to every single voice of the 21st century and to you, Laura, for really help uniting us as a community. So thank you.
My pleasure. Let's all give each other a group hug. And we will be back next time with our authors. And please be in touch with us, voicesofthe21stcentury.com. Bye for now, everyone.
Bye-bye.